But I already said that to you. And we already did the timer. So that was useless. So we'll just delete that. And
right.
We'll say, your time is up, mister.
Okay, let's go.
We'll try that again. What is your decision? Or what is your choice? What vehicle has changed our lives the most?
Automobiles.
Automobiles it is.
It can include with truck too, right?
We have the Mr. Adamt today. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Karate, huh?
Yes, 4 a.m.
Self-defense against Jill?
Well, I have to do I have to practice at my sensei. I have to do 21 movement.
Oh, I'm really proud of you. Don't quit. It's tough once you get a little high. Well, it's tough at the beginning too, but it's a wonderful skill and it'll help you a lot.
I love it.
Building discipline and it'll help you stay fit and it'll keep the bullies away. and it'll give you a fighting chance against Jill. So
True.
it's a very good thing. All right, buddy. I know you're in a hurry, so let's get cracking. We're gonna go right to our topic 1, social interaction. Okay, buddy, let's do part 1, social interaction. Topic 1, skills. What skills have you learned recently?
Well, of course, like I said, karate. How do you say it in English?
Well, it depends. In Canada, we say karate.
I think it's karate, yeah.
But
karate
I've heard karate, and I've heard different variations. But
probably
karate.
Karate and drawing some, those animation, like those anime stuff.
That's right. You've been doing it, and I've subscribed, so I get the notices when you put some new videos up. They're very short, but they're cool. They're very cool.
Yes.
You really should focus. Just a suggestion, because I know that shorts you really can't monetize very well. You really got to try to get them for a few more minutes longer.
Probably I will do some like 3 minutes. Yeah,
that would be better than less than a minute for sure. But as you know, doing shorts will help get subscribers.
Yeah.
But there's not much point in having a few thousand subscribers if you can't make any money off it in the future.
True.
So you're going to have to try to have a variety of content in there. So that's something to work on. So yeah, question number 1 was pretty simple. We already talked about it with karate, and I'm really proud of you I'm proud of you that you're doing karate for one, and I'm really proud that you're getting in animated or editing and creating YouTubes. It's a good experience. You try to do as much as you can. So we'll just go straight to number 2 here.
All right.
Now, this is in general, right? It's not about you or me, but in general, like 100 years ago, 50 years ago is pretty simple. Kid, you got to learn to read and write. If you can't read and write, you're going to fall behind the rest of the crowd.
That's my answer, yeah.
So in today's world, what is a very important skill a person should learn in order to be successful in the world today?
Well, there's a bunch of them,
yes.
But I pick one.
Yes.
English language. Okay. English language learning will allow you to communicate effectively with people from all over the world. Yeah, well, it's making traveling a lot easier and helping you to learn more about different cultures. Yeah.
True. And second reason?
You can also understand, and you can easily go abroad to other countries, so you can just easily communicate with them like your everyday life.
Well, it is. It's the most spoken language in the world. Any country around the world you go to, there will be English speakers and an English community. The other answer that would have been good here for future reference would be
writing, right?
The what?
Is it about writing? The good other answers?
Well, writing is very important. People who can write well also find more success in life. But I would have said the second reason would have been more job opportunities.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What is that?
Like I've seen situations where two people apply for a job and, A and B, and A is probably better at the job, but because B was fluent in English, they got the job because it was a bigger asset to the company.
Yeah. But I think the one country that's ruling all economy is China. That's why I'm kind of scared. I need to learn Mandarin, and I gotta hang over there something like I can say.
It is the second most spoken language, and there's a lot of Chinese everywhere. That's for sure. So Mandarin is definitely a good language to learn too. If you're interested in it and you like learning it, then yeah, you should learn it for sure. That's another skill. What new skills do you want to learn in the near future besides Mandarin?
Probably.
Now yes. What new skill do you want to learn?
I want to draw. Like
Drawing?
Art. How is architecture?
In like sketch drawing, or you mean like graphic drawing, or both?
Both of them. Architecture also draws about buildings and house, and like the skyscraper.
Drafting and architecture.
Yeah, like blueprints you see at the table. I just love. It's just so interesting.
It is. I did that. That was kind of my focus in high school. I did a lot of that. I enjoyed that a lot. I just didn't like sitting at a desk all day long.
Well, yeah, it helps your back and it drives. It's sore.
I was too hyper and too excited. I wanted to work outside.
Yeah. Well,
how would it benefit you? What benefits could you get? I'm going to try to go through this a little faster.
Yeah.
What benefits do you think drawing and sketching and drafting? We'll call it drafting because that's like bridges and buildings. How do you think that would help you in the future?
Because it's a skill, and the same thing that skill can be learned from a bunch of things. And I love doing this because probably in the future, if you want to build a lot of skyscrapers, it'll be easy for you to just blueprint the whole thing, just print it and give it to the builders. So they're just to build them.
Do you plan on building a skyscraper in the future?
Well, I'm not gonna build it because it's gonna take 12 years, and I have no.
I thought you wanted to be a programmer.
That's the thing, Trevor. A lot of my teachers said, "You're so good at drawing. Oh my God, you're graphic. You can build buildings and stuff." That's the thing. I'm still like, but I love programming though.
Focus. Put most of your focus in mastering one.
That's why I always like pick one. Oh my God, it's so hard. You know what I mean?
I do. I've made that mistake a few times. I want to have a restaurant, and I want to have a school, and I want to have another school, and then I want a YouTube, and then next thing I know, I've got too many jobs, and I can't do any of them properly.
I gotta pick one.
Master one for sure. Yeah. All right, let's move on to topic 2, museums. Why do you think people visit museums?
Well,
Popcorn?
Museum plays a crucial role in preserving local cultures with careful documentation with and artifact preservation. A culture can be recorded and remembered.
Art preservation? Is that what you said? Preserving of all old art and stuff, yeah.
Well, like if you see those and notice the culture can be recorded and remembered, regardless of its future, and it can also be shared and understood by those from different culture backgrounds.
Yeah, so cultural history.
Yep.
Which museums do you think are visited the most? Now,
marine
it could be the specific museum that is visited the most, or it can be the types of museum. Up to you.
Let's discuss this. So I'll pick marine biologist. The
Bio-
type. Yep.
What?
Well,
Biology? Marine biology.
Yeah.
Museums on marine biology. So you're talking about like ancient or fossils of prehistoric
Well, about sea creatures.
sea creatures? Okay.
Yeah.
So that'd be kind of like the dinosaur museums.
Yeah. Probably sea creatures or like those like dinosaurs from a long time ago. Million years.
Millions of years.
Millions of years.
Yeah.
Because I love seeing them evolve each year. And like the sea creatures are so interesting to study about, to especially if we're like in a movie and then we see a lot of marine biology just talking about this sea creatures can do a lot of stuff.
Marine biologists talking about marine biology.
Yeah, I think marine biologist is like a person who search about ancient animals, right?
Well, marine biologists would be the modern day, of course. It would have to be someone that's alive. So that would be the things that the creatures that are alive today. The ones who study the prehistoric marine life, I guess they would be archaeologists and what else? What do they call those dinosaur diggers?
Oh, fossils.
Yeah, well, they dig, but I'm just thinking. I think is archaeologists. I think there's a couple of them. I can't remember which one's which, and I probably got it wrong. But one of those guys. Yeah, I had a chance to go to a really cool museum in Drumheller, Alberta, and it was dinosaur because they found fossils in those areas.
Wow.
And they had some marine skeletons, some old prehistoric. I forget the name of this thing, but this thing had a head like a tank, and these like the skull and the teeth were all like one unit. It was scary, the scariest thing I ever saw in my life. And they had it hanging from the ceiling, so you could see how long it was. And the head literally was the size of my desk, or bigger. And it was very scary looking. And I wish I could remember. Maybe I'll try to find it and put it in the video, and maybe I can find a picture of it as well. But this was a monster and a half. And they found it in Alberta, Canada, because, millions of years ago, that was part of the sea, part of the ocean. Now it's 1,000 kilometers away from the water. But it was beautiful. They had the Tyrannosaurus Rex and all dinosaurs everywhere. And it's really cool. Really, really, really cool. Question 3.
All right.
What type of museum would you like to visit?
Other than marine biologist, probably history. Yeah.
Which one?
History.
Yeah. Yeah. All of them are cool.
Yep.
Science, history, all kinds of stuff. Art. The Louvre, I think, in Paris, the one with the Mona Lisa and all the art.
Oh, yes. That's really insane.
Yeah, I think that's the most visited. I think. I haven't checked it, but that's what I heard. Okay. We're going to move on to part 2. All right. Part 2, situation discussion. You are a student and of legal age to work. Your parents believe working part-time would be a good experience. 3 choices are suggested. 1, an easy job in a clothes shop with very little traffic so you can play on your handphone most of the time. Wouldn't have to do much at all. Just chill out. Play video games. 2, take the highest paying job you can find because you want to take a holiday or you want to buy a new bike or something. So it's all about the money. 3, you would take a job that teaches you a new skill regardless of the pay. Maybe you want to learn how to bake some bread. You don't want to be a chef, but you want to be able to cook better at home. Or maybe you take a job drawing and doing Corel Draw somewhere in a shop so that you would have another skill to add to your your arsenal of skills. So, any questions?
No.
You will have 1 minute to prepare your answer starting now. All right. Your time is up, Mr. Part 2, situation discussion. You are a student and of legal age to work. Your parents believe working part-time would be a good experience. 3 choices are suggested. Remember, you have to have a job because your parents are forcing you. What would you choose, mister?
Number 3, the new learn skill regardless of the pay.
Learn new skills, yeah.
So let me do the disadvantage of those 2 no skill answers.
So you want to give me the 2 disadvantages of the other 2 first, and then give me the 2 advantages of the learning a new skill? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm gonna give the 2 reasons.
Okay, give me the 2 advantages of learning a new skill.
That answer number 1, that's about like playing hand games, right? Don't care about the job, just on your phone every day.
Okay, so
right?
That's a disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
So give me a disadvantage about the easy job. Okay, give me the disadvantage of the easy job.
Well, you're in your phone every single day. Don't care about your job. What are you learning? You're just doing there because you're forced by your parents. Don't get a new skill every day. Your parents want you to succeed.
Want you to succeed.
Succeed, yes.
Or maybe you're watching educational videos.
Who knows? But like every day on your phone, you could do some,
You could do that at home.
Yeah. And it's not worth of your time. If you should like care about your job more.
Sure.
Just don't think about I'm gonna get a paycheck. I don't care. This job is easy. I'm on my phone every day. How about the customers, right? The customers gonna feel like, wow, the service is kind of weird. They don't care about the service at all.
A good rule of thumb is don't work for paycheck. Work because you want to do a good job. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's all.
So why not take the highest paying part-time job available?
I mean, for you, you might say, that's a good thing. I'm gonna be rich in no time. But wait, there's a twist. There's a twist.
There's a twist.
You're still learning nothing. Just go to a job and get the most paid, and your parents said, wow, your first paycheck, that's a lot. All right, that's good. Just keep doing that job. But at the future, you will feel empty at that job. You will feel nothing. Just waste your 4 years doing that empty space, blank job, doing that forever. And no skill acquired. So what's the point?
Again, just selling time. Yeah.
Yes, useless.
Not growing. All right. So give me the 2 reasons why you would. Again, it's not your career. This is just about a part-time job to learn new skills. Where's the advantages in that?
An essay. Just think about it. You're a 16-year-old, right? Yeah.
Can't hear you. I can hear you, but very, very low.
Oh.
There. Perfect.
Okay. So number 2. Wait, what is it? The question again?
What the 2 advantages?
Yeah.
Learning a new skill. Getting paid to learn a skill.
Yes. Number 1. No. Reason 1. Well, you're gonna feel like you've learned something new, and your parents must be happy if you hear that, because if you learn something new, at the future, your skill, you know that skill for years, then you're gonna get improve it, and sometimes if the pay is not like it's low and stuff, you have to wait until like you have the money to acquire an apartment or something, acquire a new job or something. Sometimes if I think about the jobs that you want to pick, but like you make a new skill, it's kind of it's kind of important to do it, because at the future we never know what's gonna be trending, booming, or something. You have to do this to get millions of dollars. We never know, because that's why education is really important for us to. Yeah, new skill is important for us.
They are. I'll give you a quick example. We see it here at New Way all the time, because we have a lot of university students that work for us, and for them it's wonderful, because they don't get paid a lot, because they're students, but they are learning English. They're working with me every day. They're building all these classes that we do. So they're building up, they're getting the same education as you guys are, basically, because they help me build all the classes I use at every level, for all of you guys.
They must enjoy.
Yeah, well, some of them really do like it. And they're getting paid, and they're learning English, and they're learning how to do YouTube, and they're learning how to do Photoshop, and they're learning how to do editing, and they're getting a little bit of money as well. So that's an example of taking a job where they're learning new skills, for sure. All right, last one. Let's move on to part 3. All right, buddy. Part 3, speaking topic. Your topic is: choose one of the following transportation vehicles and explain why you think it has changed people's lives. Automobiles, bicycles, or airplanes. Now, keep in mind, you could use some of these ideas: the economic benefits, time efficiency. You could talk about the practicalities, how it makes things easier, or health benefits. I am guessing driving a car to work or flying to another country would be much healthier than trying to drive through a whole bunch of different countries. Yeah, different things like that, or your own ideas. So I'm going to give you 1 minute. You have any questions?
No.
All right. You have got 1 minute to prepare your answer, mister. Starting now. Time is up, mister.
All right, let's go.
Part 3, speaking topic. Choose one of the following transportation vehicles and explain why you think it has changed people's lives. Automobiles, bicycles, or airplanes. Keep in mind, you could use some of those examples, or these examples of economic benefits, practicality, time that it saves you, health effects that you could have maybe with the bicycle or long distance traveling, or your own ideas.
Right.
I already said that to you. And we already did the timer. So that was useless. We'll just delete that. And
right.
We'll say, your time is up, mister.
Okay, let's go.
We'll try that again. What is your decision, or what is your choice? What vehicle has changed our lives the most?
Automobiles.
Automobiles it is.
It can include with truck too, right?
Huh?
With those, those transportation, like those trucks.
Like trucks and lorries, you mean, that bring containers and goods?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. First of all, the reason one is because it can, if you're doing, imagine you're a businessman, and then you're running late, and oh no, you forgot, you don't have a car, and you have to pull up the taxi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's gonna be easier because taxi is a transportation vehicle for everybody.
Yeah,
it's public
transportation.
Yeah. So I'm really happy that the government can actually allow us to go to the taxi or the Uber. And
so the advantage would be the convenience of having the cars to take us where we need to go when we need it.
It saves us a lot of time, actually.
For sure. Very practical. Yeah. Time efficient. Yeah.
The economy is going to rise a bit because those when you see those trucks or those shippers, right, the containers, see those at the highway, some of the few. I've seen them a lot, especially when not actually in a highway, but like in a normal road, you could see them too, and it helped the economy to be a little faster, so you can ship those stuff easier.
So the way it's changed our life is the ability to move products and food and different things from city to city on land with the lorries and tractor trailers and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, absolutely. That certainly helps. As during the pandemic, as people have had trouble getting supplies because trucks weren't working. Yeah, or some people were not working. Yeah. Very important in the city. Things need to be imported in for sure. All right, 2 last questions. Do you think people will buy fewer automobiles in the future? Gas or electric?
Yes, fewer, because at the future, maybe when Tesla is just that electric car will take over the world. Because we never know. Those cars are actually insane. I mean, there's gonna be those like natural cars, like this in Volkswagen. I think there's gonna be some in the future, but few of them.
So you said fewer cars, but an EV, an electric vehicle, is still a car. So I'm assuming.
Well, what are you asking?
Presuming. I'm asking you if people will buy less cars.
Oh, no. Of course not.
Okay. Well, that's the answer. Of course not.
Of course not. Because
it's just more electric cars than
it's upgraded. Cars. Yeah. I thought you said less cars. You mean those like gasoline and oil and stuff? Those normal cars?
No, just cars. Because I think people will buy less cars in the future. I think more people are moving to the countryside. More people are working online, and I think a lot of places will improve public transportation.
Yeah.
I think over the decades we might see less cars because there's just too many of them. I think they're going to try to find new ways. And I think with Ubers and all these new companies, they're being so practical and more affordable that middle class and lower, I think, probably will opt away from buying cars because they're very expensive.
Of course.
But that's just my opinion. The point is, what's your opinion?
Yeah.
Number 2. And it's a wonderful question for you because you live in Jakarta, Indonesia.
Yes. Traffic.
What would you do to improve transportation in your city?
Traffic. Because.
Introduce helicopters?
Well, no.
That would be a disaster. Would you helicopters flying around? Yeah, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Your opinion.
If I was the president, I would just probably give more rules, strict rules at the traffic. So like there's not gonna be someone just riding their car. It's a red and they just go straight in, just don't care about the others, and that can lead into a crash or just insane stuff.
So as Kevin said, severe fines for running red lights. That's what Kevin's answer was. He said that he would more severe fines for running red lights.
Probably a fun shit. All right.
And again, okay, so you're saying traffic regulations and making it safer would be the best solution. I've lived in Jakarta, of course, so I'm very aware of what the traffic is like in these mega cities. But this also goes back to less automobiles in the future. I think if cars continue to be as expensive, and electric cars are as well, if they started making people pay insurance on their vehicles and things like that as well, it would make a big difference because Western societies, more traffic infractions you have, accidents or speeding tickets or whatever, running red lights, your insurance keeps going up and up and up and up and up. And bad drivers, what happens is that their insurance gets so expensive that they can't even afford to buy the car. The insurance monthly payments are higher than the car payments. So it kind of solves a lot of the problems.
But that's actually a good strategy.
It is, and they make money. I mean, but yeah, it needs to be governed. But in theory, it's a very good strategy.
Yeah, no people.
And and if you get caught without insurance, they take your car away.
Wow, that's strict. That's really strict.
Well, it's the law, yeah, and that's the way it is in the West. It has to be certified every year to make sure that it's safe to be on the road. Like all the brakes and everything and lights and everything have to be certified, and you have to have insurance on it, and you have to have a sticker in your window saying it is insured, and you have to have your insurance card, and you have to present that whenever you get pulled over by the police with your driver's license. And if you don't have it, they tow the car away, and you're in big trouble. That would help a lot for sure in some of these mega cities. Yeah. But again, that's just my opinion. I'm doing too much talking in your test.
All right.
All right, buddy. It's time for you to go to karate and get in trouble now because of Trevor starting the test late.
I'm going to do 20 push-ups and it's not going to good.
Well, that's good for you. Just think of how much. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Say hi to your sensei. Say hi to your sister. Say hi to your mom. Say hi to your dad. And we'll see you tomorrow night in Interest 30.
All right. Goodbye, Mr. Trevor.
See you, buddy.
I hope I win.